Hey, good evening, everyone. This is Buffalo Picker. This is my 18th episode, and tonight I have a special guest, Oscar, aka El Cubano. Did I get it right, Oscar? Okay.
Yeah, you got it.
And I have my regular, the Glass City Pickers, and I think we're gonna have Devil Dog Treasure Hunter is coming in. Tonight we're gonna talk. We're gonna have one talking point. We're gonna do a question and answer for anybody in the chat, and we're gonna do a show and tell at the end of the show. Let me mute this. You all can go ahead and introduce y'all. So let me mute this chat. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Oscar.
All right. My name is Oscar. El Cubanazo, El Cubano. Both of them mean the same thing, except El Cubano is a Cuban guy. El Cubanazo is a very, very Cuban guy. And I'm a very, very Cuban guy. But I'm a reseller. I sell on multiple platforms, but my main focus is eBay and Amazon, not specifically in that order. But I'm excited about this topic because the order has changed for me because of what the current situation has done, right? And I'd like to thank both of you for taking me in consideration to hang out with you guys. I'm excited about the topic and looking forward to get into it.
Man, appreciate you coming to hang out with us. You did put some more flavor in this mix.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Sprinkle some Latin on
it. I'm Chris.
I'm Tanya.
We make up the Glass City Pickers. Go ahead.
I wasn't going to say anything.
Oh, I thought you was going to say
They already know I'm a nurse. I work at the VA.
Hey, everybody don't know that. There's new people every week. So,
okay, new people. I'm Tanya. I'm a nurse. I work at the VA full time, and I do this reselling stuff. It's supposed to be part time, but lately it's full time.
I'm full time on everything I do. You know, I'm the full time, stay at home, do it all. I ain't gonna say what I said on my show Tuesday, but I'm telling you, this is the real deal, Holyfield. And I love this. I love this.
I've got more packing to do here shortly.
I love this. I love it to death. This is something that, you know, I never would have thought I'd be involved in, but now I'm involved in it. You can't get me away from it. So that's the Glass City Pickers.
Hey, everyone. I'm Buffalo Picker. I've been a reseller for almost 3 years. I am a federal employee for General Services Administration. I know somebody asked me, like, what agency you work for? You keep saying you're a federal employee. So it's out there. I work for General Services Administration. Also, I am a retired military from the United States Army, 20 years. And I want to give a shout out to everyone in the chat room. Lone Star Picker, thank you for being the first to attend. Nikki T, appreciate your attendance every week. I thank y'all for supporting this show every Friday night. Thank you for showing up, Aaron. I'm Brad. I think I'm Brad is the first time at the show. I think.
Amazon King.
Amazon King.
Aaron King. What they say? I thought they said that.
Oh, that's Aaron.
We've got Amazon on the brain. We've got Amazon.
Yeah. So one of the talking point, the talking point for the night is go ahead and get that talking point, Oscar. My brain is like scattered right now, man.
Yeah. So what we were gonna talk about was what are the lessons that we learned during the current situation, and you know, what has helped us to improve the reselling business.
Right. So I appreciate that, man. I gotta stop showing up at home 10 minutes before the show, man. My brain is like wired to 20 different things that I've been doing out there in the streets, trying to make some deals, and got some bad deals, and run into a few of my honey holes to try to pick up some items. So, trying to decompress and get into the show mode. So I appreciate that, Oscar.
Yeah, no excuse. Show up for the cameras. No excuse.
Yeah, I'm here.
That's what this does to you.
Yeah.
That's what it does.
Right. Everything I said definitely is not an excuse, man.
Yeah, I know, big bro.
All this stuff is real, but
I know how it feel to be hustling hard like you do. You did.
right. Hey, what's going on, Richard? Devil Dog in the house.
Devil Dog looks like a brand new baby again.
Shaved up, man. Look.
Yeah, I shaved this morning.
Yeah. Hey, I look like that 4 months ago.
This is the pandemic beard.
Yeah, we just go ahead, Richard, and introduce yourself to the audience, man.
Yeah, I'm Richard. I own Devil Dog Treasure Hunters, full-time reseller. Sell pretty much anything.
Devil Dog.
Yeah, we want to definitely continue that liquidation conversation. It was a lot of people that had questions and was intrigued with that bit of information, to have somebody on the panel that had experience with moving, big truckloads throughout a warehouse, because a lot of us hasn't reached that level yet. And I guess, I'm definitely inspired to get there. And I think it's quite a few more people that was in the audience as well. So we definitely, let us not leave the show tonight without you going over that bit, about, liquidations.
Everybody want to move some weight. Everybody want to be weight movers. Everybody want to move weight, Devil Dog.
Everybody want to be a weightlifter, man.
Yeah, everybody want to weight lift. Everybody want to move that weight. You hear
They better like a lot of work.
Right. Hey, definitely come with the work, man. I mean, that's all about the hustle. So let's get into some of the things that you accomplished this week coming up until Friday, and any plans that you may have for the weekend, and anybody can take that and start.
We'll start. We hitting the highway this weekend. We getting somewhere up out of here. We going to find somebody. We gonna mask and glove up. We hitting the highway. Big Red is ready and gassed up and ready to roll. We finding some deals, some steals wherever we go. We getting us something. So we doing that this weekend, and Friday we leaving out Friday. So
that's next weekend.
That next weekend we got another trip planned for next Friday. We leaving out. So hopefully,
I think we're gonna go to Pennsylvania.
Yeah. So we're going to Cleveland this weekend and hit all day spots in Cleveland. Then next Friday,
Christopher Dan.
Well, I'm just
Akron,
Cleveland. It's all the same, man. It's up there, up north, up there, Ohio. It's all the same. Cleveland. It's all.
My bad.
Yeah, we're doing that, Buffalo. You got your brain going still. Anyway, we planning these 2 trips right now because we've been getting. If anybody have experienced this, we've been getting. Basically, our numbers been going down because we haven't been sending things into Amazon. So
Merchant
Fulfilled is banging
FBA
for us, and FBA is going down. So they penalizing us. Basically, it seemed like we wasn't able to send nothing in. So we decided we're gonna have to make another transition so we can keep both of them jumping off the way we need them to jump off. So we're gonna make this whatever haul we get from these 2 trips, these 2 weekends, that's what we're gonna send to Amazon. Period.
Did y'all check on the limits?
Well, we look at it like this, Buffalo, as the way they've been acting and the way our numbers been going down. Whatever they say we can't send in, we're gonna sell it merchant fulfilled. Everything we're gonna send in, we'll get to that path when it comes. We sending it. It's just that simple.
Yes,
I would before you put in all that work on your billing your shipment, I would at least take time out to call and find out what's the limit on toys, because I think everything outside of the necessities, there's a limit on what you can ship.
There is a limit, but they've got it in your it's in your inventory on what you can and how much you can send in.
Right. Whatever the stuff
inside your inventory?
Yeah, on your
Seller Central?
No, not inactive. And your inactive inventory.
Whatever you have
to restock,
inactive, right.
It will tell you.
Yeah, no, that's I mean, we ain't gonna disagree on the show. We'll keep it moving, but that's something totally different. I mean, that's just my opinion, but we'll go with it.
The 2 cents I was dropping, Buffalo, before I was interrupted, was that we hitting the highway trying to go get us some money.
I don't care if Amazon
Regardless,
or not,
if they don't want it, they gonna get it anyway. Y'all keep
I got you.
Y'all keep messing with us about our performance, and when we performing on another level on this FBM side, and then y'all keep knocking us, and we still selling stuff on their platform on FBA too.
We don't have a lot there.
We just sold everything. We got about seven items there.
Right.
So we looking at.
I think we pretty much in the same boat, man. My performance is coming down, and it's getting to the point where I'm getting a little nervous about why it's dropping like that, and you've been putting restrictions on us on what we can send in.
Correct.
So I got things that I was packing up for Q4. I'm gonna have to unbox that stuff and go ahead and ship it, because I mean, I'm not trying to pay no extra nothing with Amazon, no more than what I have to pay. Right. And Nikki T just mentioned in the chat about the auction last night. I don't know if y'all was able to attend that or got the word on it, but Oscar and Alex held the Bad Boys Reseller held a auction last night, and I was able to attend. I made a donation, and it was real fun, man. Mostly all the resellers in the community came together to support that. And basically what happened was, I'll let Oscar tell you about why they started this auction.
Yeah, it was honestly, it was an amazing experience. We kind of expected that amount of support, from some channels, but out of nowhere, we had support of so many channels to the point that, backstage on StreamYard was full and I couldn't let anybody else in. There was people waiting backstage for like 2 hours to be able to present their auctions, and all of it was for a good cause. It was to raise funds for a good friend of ours, Talbert's mom, whose son had recently passed away. And she's been a great supporter, a great friend of ours, for a very long time. So we thought that, we put that together, to help her. It's one less thing that she'll have to worry about, the financial situation. And, ultimately it was a beautiful thing. It was an amazing experience, and I was glad to be a part of it.
Right. Awesome, man. Well, I went and watched Jordan and gave y'all a thumbs up on the show. I didn't watch him last night, baby. I was asleep. I was snoring. I'm talking about I went and watched the whole thing they had put up there, and I went and watched a little bit of it and seen what y'all was doing and everything. And hey, man, that's a beautiful thing, man. Look out for the next one that's looking out for you. Pay it forward, you'll get it back double time. All God.
Like I said, man, that definitely is a good deed, man. And I wanted to make sure that I was a part of that, to help out. And my condolences to y'all friend for that loss.
Yes.
So Oscar, did you have any time? I know y'all did like 2 auctions and stuff, but did you have any time to do any sourcing this week?
Early in the week yes. I'm doing this part-time right now. I'm still working from home, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. So I try to be there at the stores that open to do a lot of retail arbitrage at 7 a.m. in the morning, get everything that I'm going to get, and then be back here working at 9 a.m. And then at 5 p.m., same thing. I try to coordinate so that at the end of the day, I can take all my packages to the post office, FedEx, or UPS. That's between 5 and 6 o'clock. And then I have the rest of the night, for me to do sourcing. So this week, I took it a little bit lighter since I had a lot of packages to ship out early on in the week. But tomorrow, I'm back out there,
Right.
And
what about you, Devil Dog?
I've been getting the house in order because we got some big loads coming in Monday and Tuesday this week. I've got 2 deliveries on 2 different trucks coming in, tractor trailer loads. So that and battling the town all week. I'm actually putting a big old shed beside my big warehouse, and the town is giving me nothing but a bunch of problems with it. So I've been fighting them all week long over piddly stuff, just dumb stuff. I mean, they want you to spend $1 million to put a freaking $7,000 shed beside your warehouse. It don't make any sense. I mean, they're talking about setbacks and all this stuff. I've got like 200 feet on any setback to where the shed's going to be, but they act like I'm putting it on the middle of the road or something. So I've been fighting my town this week. That's what I've been doing.
Yeah, you got
hope you win,
you
man.
got a load coming in next week, right?
Yeah, I've got one coming in from California on Monday. It's going to be a double load, so it'll be 2 loads combined into one 53-foot container. I mean, ceiling to floor to sidewall, completely packed. That one I ordered a week ago today. It was actually I ordered it 2 Wednesdays ago, so not this past Wednesday, Wednesday before, but it was actually packed up and ready for shipment. It sat on the train last Friday. So what I learned about the rail liquidations from West Coast to East Coast, they go from, like Cali to Chicago and then down to me in Baltimore, and then from Baltimore it's picked up by a truck brought to me, or it can go from Cali to Kansas City and then from Kansas City to Baltimore. So it depends on what rail it gets put on. The other load we got coming in Tuesday is I bought a low piece count load from Amazon. That's like 711 pieces. That's coming in scheduled for Tuesday. So we're getting ready for that. I've got all my stuff priced up. We did do that this week. I had about 15 pallets of general merchandise that's not going online. It's going to our next sale. So me and my daughter got that priced up this week. I tell you, our sales online have been phenomenal. I mean, for the last 2 months. So, I mean, every day it's taken us, a couple hours each day to pack up, 50, 60 packages every day. And then the wife's taking stuff to the post office for me because I got all my employees are still home because of this COVID stuff. So I don't have anybody really working other than me. So we're doing all the shipping and that kind of stuff. I've caught up on eBay, so I have no online inventory to list. But we're getting ready for next week. Next week's going to be a mad rush of all kinds of goodness and Christmas time fun coming in, Monday and Tuesday. So it'll be exciting.
All right.
Sweet.
So how many people you have listing your items when they come in?
So usually I got 2 full-time employees in the office working, doing eBay and Amazon. Mostly eBay. We're predominantly eBay. We do have, 500-600 listings on Amazon, but we're predominantly eBay. But I got 2 full-time office people. They do the listing, shipping, and that kind of stuff. But with the whole COVID thing, where our state sits and all that stuff, they've been off for, since probably the first week of April. So I'm hoping to bring one of them back in, not this week, but the following week. The governor should be going to phase 2 this coming week. So I'm hoping to bring one of them back in. The other one's taking care of her mom right now. Her mother-in-law is real sick, so she might need a little bit more time off. But the guys that work and that kind of stuff, I still got them when I need them. But honestly, we haven't been doing storage auction sales other than a couple here and there because they've been non-existent and that kind of stuff. So it's for all the bad stuff we're going through, it's actually gave me time to reorganize stuff, get stuff done that I've been putting off for years and years and years, and getting the house in order, tightening everything up. So I've got a lot done, believe it or not, just by myself on stuff that I needed to do to reorganize my house, per se, business wise, this last 2 months. And then also a lot of time to, research other stuff. So that's where we stand right now.
All right. So that was the talking point for tonight was what are some of the lessons learned during the world situations that will help improve your business moving forward? So like you said, you found time to do some of the things that you put off because you just didn't have the time for it. And I could say the same thing for me about my death piles. I knocked down 3. Well, I knocked down 2 of the 3 along with the help of my son. So I'm getting a lot of listings done on eBay, finally getting my store back up to par, which I know I definitely, if it weren't for this situation, I definitely wouldn't have been there. I've been still humping on Amazon trying to get that those shipments out to Amazon. But it served twofold because I basically haven't stopped what I normally do when it comes to getting inventory to send to Amazon. I just had to stockpile it at the house. So that's why I mentioned before you came on is, I got toys, plenty of toys in boxes in my 3rd car garage. And I got to go in there and take some of that stuff down and ship it to Amazon because they starting to mess with our performance because we haven't been able to ship stuff in due to the restrictions, so, but yeah, that's definitely and jumping on a merchant fulfill, that was another thing that I kind of refocus and change direction somewhat. And now that I am into merchant fulfill, I don't think it's going anywhere for me because it's like open up my eyes to say that, hey, you're not doing no more than what you would do for eBay. Keep it going and keep doing what you're doing with FBA. So it definitely refocused me on my business in it, and on top of that, it's been very lucrative. That is, country boy kind of get tongue tied.
Hey, it just go ahead.
I had to go get a coffee.
Dog.
I said I can tell you we've experimented a little bit with some old listings we had. We've ended them, just tweaked them just a tad bit, relisted them, and then sold. We probably sold 40 things in the last 10 days of listings that were 16 months or older on eBay. I've canceled them and just made like one or two tweaks and then relisted them as a fresh listing. I don't know if it messes with the algorithm in eBay and that kind of stuff, but literally 90% of the stuff I ended that's been on there for forever and then relisted by just basically just a tweak here or there, relisted, has sold. I mean, we sold 90% of the stuff that I have ended and then relisted within a week. My wife did that on Poshmark today. She took 6 Coach purses she had on there. They've been on there since, I know, 8 months. She took them down, tweaked them because I had her try it too on her Poshmark end, and she sold every single one of them today. I mean, and she actually raised
the listing price.
My listing prices were all over the place, anywhere from $15 to $300.
Okay.
So for her Coach purse stuff, I know she actually took 3 of them that she took down today, and they're relisted and actually raised their price by $20 and sold them. Believe it or not, on Poshmark. Wow. So that's actually a trick that I do all the time on eBay. When I put something on auction, when I do auctions on eBay, and it goes off and it doesn't sell. I started for $9.99 or whatever it is, and it doesn't sell. I'll relist it as fixed price and jack it up like 30%, like $19.99 or best offer, whatever. And then a lot of times it'll sell higher than what they could have bought it for at auction. It's just a different set of eyes on it, a different set of time. I've been doing that trick for years with auctions, but it pays off.
Yeah, let me give a shout out to the chat, man. We don't got some new people in here since the Devil Dog arrived. We got Landshark, Picker, Double G, Double Triple OG in the house. I got Pittsburgh. Who else we got in here? We got Bill Tackett, David Carrier, Money for Mars. Who else we got? Dennis. I think that's about everybody. Oh, Flipping Mama. Hey, what's up, Mama? West Side Gary. Appreciate y'all coming out. Thank y'all for supporting the show. Yeah, so what about y'all, Glass City? Anything changed to, that y'all trying to do differently since the situation hit?
We did change up, and we've been doing merchant fulfilled, and we've been pushing out left and right because of it, which is a good thing. We will also stay with merchant fulfilled. There's no reason not to. I've got listings Prime, FBA. I've got listings merchant fulfilled. They're both flying off the shelves. So,
and I won't let her forget about eBay, because eBay been banging hard.
Yeah, eBay has been great.
I can't even lie.
eBay's my baby.
eBay's your baby, but you talking about my baby. So I had to put your baby on. I had to take your baby out the crib and put it and get a bottle in the mouth. So eBay is doing something.
Yeah, eBay's really been well.
Some what you said, Devil Dog, how you said you tweaking prices, and some stuff we didn't had on there. I went in there and offered people stuff and then tweaked some prices on some things, and boom, next thing you know, we sold. We bought something the other day. We went to the store just on the fly.
My Ray Dunn.
She bought some Ray Dunn stuff. We listed it that day. We woke up in the morning and we packing it out, ready to go right now.
And let me just tell you, I was at work and I heard the cha-ching. I was like,
and she wanted to keep it. I'm so happy it's gone. If you look in the background, anywhere behind us is Ray Dunn all around my house.
I really wanted it. It was a lemonade pitcher.
No, we got a pitcher for lemonade. It's a growler. We put this old growler we had from an old when getting a beer. Look at the bunny rabbit. This old growler, right?
You're like Dory, the fish.
Yeah, it's an old growler. I can multitask. It's like a growler. You know what I'm saying? That we pour the lemonade in there, mix it up, and be cool. We
Okay,
don't
so
need
I
no
sold
pitcher.
my Ray Dunn lemonade pitcher.
Thank you.
Anyways,
Good.
like overnight.
Yeah, for $30-something plus dollars. Yes, sir.
34.
$34.
Plus
Make
shipping.
me holler. Appreciate it. Whoever bought that, thank you. It's not in my house.
Actually, Ray Dunn's been hot this week.
Yeah.
We've sold quite a
a
bit.
spoon, solid task utensil. So to answer your question, Buffalo, as we talk all the time, you know, we ain't mean to keep rambling off. I know this show,
man. This Glass City show, man. I mean,
it could be for a little while. We gonna entertain your audience.
Y'all just gonna fade stuff out, man. Have y'all own a private conversation.
Anyway, Devil Dog and El Papo, El Gaso, El Figueroa, my brothers, Oscar De La Hoya, all the above.
Oh my God!
Listen to me, man. Long as we keep doing what we doing, y'all, I believe we gonna grow. And because the community is growing and they there for us. So long as we keep doing what we doing on our end, man, we gonna keep getting this money and eating. That's all we got to say. But we did change it up, Buffalo, and made some changes and did some things that has helped our business even grow a little bit more, man. So I'd like to thank everybody for supporting us.
Yeah, I thought when I come on tonight, he was in South Central down in Miami or something. The way he had that Miami look going on in the background. I thought maybe they were on vacation. They started talking about taking a trip. I thought they were tired of bought a house in Miami.
He's always on vacation, Devil Dog. We have David Collins has a question about Amazon. He's saying that Amazon started restricting me on a lot of stuff and gated me, and some things that I was ungated on, I thought that I was doing something wrong. So only thing I can tell you, David, is that's the game that Amazon play. If you don't have those invoices where you are getting ungated with the brand, they will open you up in certain categories, and if you're not meeting their quota, I guess, with the items you're supposed to ship in for that particular item that they open you up in that category, they will take it away. And sometimes, without even notice, they'll just take it away. I mean, it has happened to me, you know. But as I got better with reselling, I just started going after distributors to get the invoices so that I can just get the whole brand and not just, you know, Amazon giving you a piece of the brand and you get out in the stores thinking that you can sell Disney and you can only sell one item in Disney. So my advice to you is try to find distributors that you can get ungated in the brand, and you can eliminate that problem.
Devil Dog thought we was on vacation.
I heard him.
You know what I've noticed is, and this is probably something that's happened to a lot of other people. And could be what David is referring to, that you are listing on an item and it's not an item that you had gotten ungated on, whether it was an auto ungate or you provided an invoice or whatnot. It was one that was ungated at the beginning, so there was no restriction in you selling, right? But then somewhere along the lines of you've been selling that item, you'll receive that email from time to time from Amazon saying that you have until this date to provide this invoice. Otherwise, you will not be able to continue selling that brand or that specific product or even that ASIN. And from what I understand, that happens a lot of times because there was an issue where there was, you know, a brand ambassador on that listing that had noticed that there was 12 sellers on that listing who were probably not authorized to sell that. And IP claims were filed to all of the rest of the sellers. And then Amazon got strict on that item and that brand. So that's happened to me before. But as Buffalo said, it's as simple as finding a distributor. You know, you're going to need 10 products and order with 10 products or a case of products. And with that invoice, you should be able to get ungated on that listing, on that brand once again.
Right. Don't stop scanning, bro. Don't stop scanning. Because just because, they told you can't send that item, go find you another item and flood them.
I think we talked about before, there's a lot of times when we've scanned something and we couldn't sell it on Amazon. We bought it anyway to try on eBay. And for the heck of it,
scan it
shits
again.
And grins, I scanned it again like 3 weeks later, and we can send it to Amazon.
Yeah. So
and I don't think there's a rhyme and rhythm. There's no method to their madness.
But the madness is to kill the madness. Go ahead and get your distributor and get whatever you need from the distributor, and you'll kill all the madness.
Right.
I got a buddy. I got a friend who's a big Amazon seller. He's been on it since like day one, selling on Amazon. So he comes over. I sell him some stuff every once in a while, and he'll go on there in some category. He's ungated in a lot of categories, but every once in a while he'll come over and scan something. Be like, "Hey, I'm not ungated." He'll ask for permission to automatically grant it based off his past seller performance for years and years and years and years. Now that doesn't apply to certain. That doesn't apply to certain things, like, take Playmobil, for instance. I think you got to have a letter from them to be able to sell their product. But a lot of times he can get ungated just because he's been with Amazon for so long by just one little submit on the phone with nothing sent, that kind of stuff. Like I said, Amazon's a beast I don't want to tackle. I'll sell what I can sell, but it's not a beast I want to tackle, not with what our performance on other platforms that we're doing right now.
Right.
Well, you a shark. You a big whale. We ain't nothing but some old sharks swimming around you. So we minnows, as my wife would have to say. We some minnows swimming around this big old whale. So we trying to sniff up you. You feel me? So, I wanted to ask y'all, boys, since I got y'all here, I wanted to ask y'all, okay, you say down there, Oscar, you say that Burlington haven't opened. So has a lot of stores been opening up, or stuff still being closed? And Devil Dog, I know you said that y'all can't even travel overstate, so you've been having to do the things you doing to get things rotated to you. So do y'all find it being very difficult at this point, that it's making y'all feel a certain kind of way, or y'all just going with the flow and just making it do what it do?
Well, for me, I'm doing as best as I can with what I have available to me. So, I mean, there are a lot of stores that still remain closed, a lot of the outlet stores, clearance stores that are still closed. But sometimes it doesn't make sense, because you go to these outlet malls and you'll have the stores that you want to be open, that they're closed, right? But then you have another one that's very similar. So, like a perfect example is the Hurley and Under Armour. Their factory clearance stores, they're both open, but then Nike's not open yet. So, I'm doing as best I can with what I have. I don't find it difficult, because I mean, there's a lot of different items that you can sell. My main focus lately has been Walmart and Target. Walmart and Target have been providing throughout this whole situation, and they never let me down. I mean, the only thing that has slowed me down a little bit is because of the amount of stores that I can hit in one night, since, Walmart, they started closing a little bit earlier so they can unload and prep and clean because of the whole situation. So if they're closing at 8:30 and I'm starting a source at 6 o'clock, since I'm still working, I have just that window of time. I may be able to hit 2-3 stores the most, where, on regular nights when Walmart is open 24 hours, I can hit pretty much every single Walmart that's in my area, especially if I'm chasing just one item. So, that's how I've been managing lately with all of these closures. But things are starting to open up now. We're going through phase 2 very soon, so there's going to be a lot more opportunity.
Okay.
So you travel like to Miramont and North Fort Lauderdale, all that areas to get your stuff?
I hit all of South Florida, anywhere from West Palm Beach down south. So that is my area.
I hear you. Yeah, I'm doing somewhat the same, Oscar. I just went out today to try to hit my stores that are close to my zip code. But tomorrow I'm going out into some rural areas. After I got a meet up with one lady. She says she have 100 Barbies that she want to get rid of. So I'm going to see her in the morning. And from there, I'm going to make my route out to the areas that most resellers don't go. And, because, I mean, it's a lot of resellers in Atlanta, but Atlanta can make you lazy as a reseller, especially when you got a Walmart like almost every 8 to 10 miles, and then other discount stores as well. So, but I have found out by me going outside of the city, I found some great deals. So
yeah,
that's why we trumped up the ready to hit the
I'm going over by Reverend Resale area. Rev, I'll be in your area tomorrow, man. I'm hitting your little honey hole.
That's called encroachment.
Yeah. Pass interference. Hey, what's up, D? Thank you for coming out. Flipping Goodies, thank you for coming out. Appreciate y'all supporting the show. Yeah, so I mean that's basically the talking point. We want to try to get Devil Dog to talk a little bit more about the liquidations part of reselling. And from there, we'll do open it up for any questions and answers out there in the audience and finish it up with a show and tell. So, Devil Dog, wherever you want to start at, it's fine.
I guess we'll start at the beginning. So liquidations is a double-edged sword. Okay, there's bad and there's good with it. The good is you can get a lot of volume of inventory real quick, and you can make a lot of money on volume. The bad is there's a lot of liquidators that'll tell you what you want to hear, and they'll repeat the same information to get your money because they don't care if you come back. They get your money one time, and they got it. So that's the good and the bad of it. Liquidation is there's a lot of different liquidation you can get. I mean, there's different grades, there's different merchandise categories, there's different. I mean, you can buy shelf pulls. What a shelf pull is something that was on the shelf at one time, pulled off the shelf. You can get MOS, which is marked out of stock, which means that item is no longer sold in stores. You can get overstock, which means a distribution center ordered too much for their area. And now maybe every store got 100 pieces, but they ordered 1,000 pieces. So you got 600 pieces of, extra stuff that the stores don't need. You can get returns, salvage, grade A, outlet quality. So there's a lot of terms and liquidations to learn. But the good of liquidations is you're getting it at a cheap percentage because a lot of these brokers and liquidation centers have direct contracts with these companies, and they have to take so many loads to have these contracts. For instance, one of my dealers on the West Coast is moving 60 to 100 loads a week. He has to take 800 tractor trailer loads every 6 months from Amazon, or he loses that direct contact. So that tells you, he's got to move a lot of volume. I will say this: the closer the liquidation merchandise is to you, the cheaper your freight costs are going to be, or better yet, if you can actually visit a liquidation service and put your eyes on product. Now, you're not going to be able to go in there and dig through a pallet of product. It's just not, they're not going to allow you. It's going to be shrink wrapped. You're going to be able to see what you can see. Maybe the top of it's open. You can dig a little bit. But if you can actually visit a facility and get your eyes on and talk to the people that run it, I mean, that is probably one of the better pieces of advice I can get you. That way you know who you're dealing with. For me, we buy by the truckload, tractor trailer load. I don't buy pallets. Not to say I won't buy a pallet if there's a pallet that comes about I like, but a lot of times the shipping on a pallet is going to add so much to the percentage. You might be able to buy it at 17%, but when you add the shipping charge in on one pallet of $200 or $300, depending on where the broker is to your destination, that might take your 17% to 30%. So, and then so my general rule of thumb, and me and Buffalo had this conversation email earlier today, is how I look at liquidations is I take whatever a retail is on something. If it is a new product, if they can guarantee me that that's a new product, an overstock product, a marked out of stock, a whatever, as long as it's new product, I'll usually take 15 to 20% off that retail number. So if it's a $100,000 load, I'll take 15 to 20% off just for spite to begin with. That leaves me with $80,000. Then I'll divide that in half. So now I'm at $40,000. That way, that's basically telling me I should be able to sell everything there for at least half of retail. And then I'll take my cost of that load off. So if it's going to cost me $20,000 for that load, now I'm looking at a potential $20,000 profit if I can sell through that load. Now that's on new merchandise. If you're dealing in returns, then it's a totally different ballgame. Because as you guys know, if you've done this long enough, sometimes they'll try to scam you and send a return back an item you sold and it won't even be in there. Or they'll replace it with some old piece of crap that was in there. So with returns, you have to be real careful. I mean, you have to do your homework. And let's talk about the manifested part. So pallets can come manifested or unmanifested. Manifested just means there's an inventory sheet for that pallet, that truckload, whatever. When you look at them retail numbers, make sure you don't take them retail numbers as the gospel from the Bible. Punch it into online and see what low retail is on that number. Because that retail number might be an original retail number, but now that store's reduced that price, and that $89.99 item is now a $72.99 retail number. So when you're taking the percentages off or whatever, make sure you're actually punching your retail numbers in. That's another piece of advice. What I like to do is, like I told, that's the formula that I use. I usually take 15 to 20 on returns. You probably should be taking 25 to 30% off that total cost price just for throwaway, trash, missing pieces, broken pieces, that kind of stuff at a minimum. There's plenty of liquidated merchandise out there to buy from. The toughest part of the liquidation game is finding reliable brokers that actually have your general interest in mind, not the guy that has a surplus store that's getting a truck, he getting 10 truckloads, 15 truckloads in a day. And he's like, okay, well, this pallet looks really good right here. I'm going to pull that to my surplus store. I'm going to fill it in with 3 other pallets from another load. And then I'm going to sell that truckload to somebody because he's cherry picking the top. He's cherry picking the top. And you know what? And I say it all the time. When, I go to estates and stuff, and I'll buy full estates, and I'll come in there like, well, I sold some stuff to this person, this thing. I said, okay, so you've had somebody come in and they pulled all the cherries and ate the whipped cream on top of the sundae. You trying to sell me the leftover ice cream that's melted? I'm not interested. So you have to be very careful in a liquidation game. I mean, there's a guy, there's a guy on a forum that I'm on, and he was talking about he bought a Lowe's truckload through an auction platform liquidator, and he paid like $9,000. Plus, I think another $1,200 in shipping. When he got it, it was all broken stuff. Literally, he said he might be able to do $800 on a whole truckload. So that is the nightmare side of the bulk liquidation game. But if you can find a good broker that you can deal with that actually doesn't have a surplus store, gets direct shipments. So there's no cherry picking when it's coming from, say, like us. We deal in a lot of Target merchandise, case pack goods, which is brand new, stuff in cases. We deal in new product. I like the new product. I'll pay more of a premium for new product than I will, a mix of returns, new, overstock, shelf pulls, because new product is easier to work with, case pack. Now, in the liquidation part of it, you've got to have more than an online source to be able to sell on it. Not everything is going to be eBay, Amazon. It's not going to happen. You're going to have to do Facebook Marketplace. You're going to have a yard sale. You're going to have to do a flea market. You're going to have some kind of outlet to be able to get rid of the, I wouldn't say non-demandable product, but product that just doesn't fit the category of eBay, Amazon, the online format. Now, you are going to get a lot of online stuff. There's no doubt about it. But I'd say in the liquidation side of it, unless you're getting brand new product, most of that stuff is going to fit the eBay side of the house more than Amazon side of the house, because Amazon has such strict guidelines. You don't want to sell something new you might think's new, but it's actually been opened, put down, and then your customer gets it and they open it up and like, oh, well, this little toy's missing his gun that's supposed to be here. This isn't new as advertised, because then you're punished. So you need to check your product and actually be confident in the product you're getting. To do that, I'm open for as many questions as you guys have. But the liquidation game, do your research. It's more than going to with the resellers, like going to your Walmart and buying a product. It's new. You know what the product looks like. You can see it. With the liquidation side of the house, there are going to be a lot more aspects for you to research and look into before you sell that product. I mean, anything. So if you get electronics, if you buy some liquidated electronics, games, Nintendo stuff, controllers, that kind of stuff, and their returns, you're going to have to check to make sure that stuff's working. You can't just assume that because it come back in a, open return box and it still looks like it's an original package. Maybe somebody got it, opened it out, said, hey, I didn't want it, return it. You still have to be able to make sure that kind of stuff. That's why we like to deal with the new product, because when I get a new product, I know it should be new from the company. And if it's not, then it doesn't necessarily mean that somebody returned or anything. It was a new product. But let's face it, new products are bad to begin with. You get a percentage of new products that's shipped out from companies when it comes to electronics and stuff that doesn't work correctly because of whatever reason. It just happens. But with somebody asked about going to returns, please. You can buy pretty much anything you want from liquidation, from food to every major department store, to hardware, to lighting, to electrical, to tools, to you name it, it's out there in the liquidation world to get. But there's a lot more work in the liquidation than it is going to like a Walmart sourcing or an Amazon sourcing. I mean, there's a lot more work involved in liquidation, and it's a bigger money game because you're buying in bulk. You're buying in large quantities. So I'll give you, for example, we have, and this is how I think it's going to go in liquidation. So if you guys are outsourcing at Walmart and Target and all that stuff right now, you're seeing the shelves are getting more bare, right? Walmart's not got their shelves stacked the way they usually do. No. I mean, ours doesn't. And in my area, I don't know about your areas, but Walmart's usually their shelves are tight, packed nice, full, that kind of stuff when it comes to general merchandise and that kind of stuff. But because we're not getting imports from China and all that other stuff right now, the shelves are getting a little scarce. They've only got so much inventory in the U.S., and now they can't get these containers of goods over from China to us. So you're seeing the run on general household goods. I mean, I see it on Facebook Marketplace. People listing general household goods that would take 2-3 weeks to sell before, now selling instantaneously because you can't find that shark vacuum on the shelf of Walmart, or you can't find that dish set, that pot set that was there before. I mean, it's getting thin. The bicycles have on Walmart returns right now. I think the waiting period is like 4 to 6 weeks on bicycle return loads from Walmart, and they include it's a track trail load of 300 bikes, and probably 20% of them are salvaged. You're probably going to get 80% of bikes out of it, but that's like a 4 to 6 week waiting period right now, and that's a $6,000 load plus freight because bicycles are non-existent, and that doesn't account for Walmart. That counts for high-end stuff like Trek, Cannondale, all that stuff. My neighbor's got a bike shop. He usually got 500 bikes in the store. I think he's got two bikes right now, and Trex and Cannondale can't give him a date when they're going to get more bikes in.
We have 2 grandkids and our son.
I'm sort of lagging a little bit.
Birthdays, and that's all they wanted was bicycles to ride, and we couldn't find a bike anywhere. I mean, they fought tooth and nail to find a bicycle for them.
Yeah, I talked to one of the Walmart managers here in my local town, and basically what he said was that all the stores basically trying to get rid of inventory because they got a lot of inventory sitting in the warehouse that been sitting there overdue. But the thing is the problem, like Richard said, is getting the items in from the port. And basically what he's saying is for Walmart is that they got ships out in the Pacific that they can't even bring into the port yet. And they've been sitting out there for a couple of months. So I guess right now with the discount stores is they just really just basically practically giving this stuff away to get that inventory out of the store so they can get the stuff out of the warehouses and put back into the store so that they can open up the warehouses for the space of the items that's out there on the ships. Say again?
I wish our Walmart would catch on.
They're trying to get dollar for dollar.
I'm telling you, I'm going to take pictures of the next clearance rack we go to at Walmart. It's like, really?
They cleared, Star, right? They cleared.
Yeah.
And they have nothing on sale.
Right.
You got to pick
if y'all can get into Ross, you're probably going to get some good deals. And I know every Burlington has the 50% off. So, like I said, I was saying Oscar in my video, I was the second person in line to get into Burlington. I got there super early. And I cleaned up. I tried to get everything that I could, for the 50% off that I know I could flip.
Yeah, when I finally got into to Ross, I'm looking forward to getting out to Burlington. My Ross looks like Glass City Pickers Walmart. It was gone.
Yeah, I went into Ross today, and the racks are cleaned up, man. I mean, you got a few items that people just don't want, but I was able to find a few things that I guess people just didn't want it or they just passed it up or whatever. But as a reseller, you always kind of forward thinking, and some of these items, I look at it and like, okay, well, I can't use it right now, but I can get it for this price and save it for next year, and that's what I did at a couple of stores, which I'm going to show some of the items that I picked up in the show and tell. But I just want to speak to the audience. If you have any questions about liquidations, if you have any concerns or are you thinking about trying to get into the liquidation game, we have a guy on the panel right now, Delva Dog Treasure Hunters, that's actually running a 7 days a week, 24/7 operation out of his warehouse and bringing in trucks. So if you have any questions, go ahead and put your questions inside of the chat so we can get him to answer those questions. Although he just disappeared, but hopefully he come right back. And
questions? What? I'm out of here.
Right?
yeah, he's definitely.
Yeah, I had about 7 or 8 questions, but it was told that this wasn't my show, so I was gonna leave them questions for myself.
Hey man, take your feelings off your sleeves, man.
That's what my wife just told me.
Well, I mean, that's what it sounds like too, man. Like, I'm about to say, man, it sounds like something a woman said, man.
Got nothing to do with you.
Yeah, take your feelings off sleep.
Yeah, Buttercup. Anyway, I look at this, man, this game, man. If you want to do this game, you really gonna have to put some work in. And if you put the work in, you really gonna benefit. You're gonna reap the benefits. And a lot of people, I didn't talk to about 3 or 4 different people. They then said, man, what are y'all really doing? And I sit and explain to each and every one of them. I didn't sit and explain to them what we really are doing. Man, there got to be something illegal about what y'all doing. I started busting out laughing. I said, what's illegal about it? Everything we doing is legal. I said, nothing you got to do. Go catch some of these videos from some of these guys that's out here fishing and stuff, man. It's legal. I said, we're not doing anything illegal. We're not doing nothing that Walmart not doing, that TJ Maxx not doing, that Marshall's not. We're not doing anything illegal. I said, but you got to want this if you want to make some money. You can't just think, oh, I got a couple pairs of shoes I can put on eBay. I sold them pair, and then, okay, I'm cool. No, if you're going to make this everlasting or be a part-time or be a once in a time, that's on you. But for us, we trying to make this last forever.
Yeah, I mean, when you're explaining this to people that never did it or, maybe somewhat fascinated about doing it, but they haven't made the move yet.
Or slow.
You got to understand that, they don't really understand, if they want to do it for a hustle, because when you explain it to them, all they hear is, this a quick hustle. I can get some money in my pocket and I'm good. But I think the vast majority of us get into this game to turn it into a business. And that's my main focus is to, put myself in a position where I can excel and turn, this into a bona fide business. Everything is there. Everything you need to run a business. If you got the capital, you get your documents straight, and before you know it, you got a full scale business. But that's how you got to approach it. You got to approach it like a business and not just a hustle.
Well, I had the Glass City Picker shirt on, and he was like, "What that GCP mean?" I said, Glass City Pickers. What is that? I said, go look at the YouTube, man. I said, that's our brand. That's who we are, bro. We the Glass City Pickers.
Right.
And listen, if you don't believe in yourself, nobody else will. And if you don't put in the time, the effort, and the focus, you ain't got no little genie over there that's gonna do the work for you. So I just told them. I told all 4 of them, man. Even though I knew all 4 of them was slow, I knew them they didn't have the mentality to really keep up with what I was really trying to say. It's like you said, Buffalo, only thing they thought about is the money. And me personally, that half an hour, 45 minutes I did trying to explain it to them, it was a waste of breath, And I knew that, but I was tooting my own horn at the same time. You did. I was like, hey, man, you can do this. If I can do it, you can do it. And
right.
if I can roll around here, carry bags, everything on my lap, stuff dropping all over the floor, rolling over stuff, still picking it up, buying it, you can do it too. So it's up to you as a reseller.
Yeah, I don't do any on the spot presentations anymore, man. Somebody come up and ask me what I do, I just tell them I'm a reseller and I'm in retail. That's it. If you want to know anything else about the business, I mean, we need to go somewhere where we can sit down and talk, because I'm not going to do on the spot presentations. I did that enough, for almost a year, thinking that I can inspire people to want to get in this business. But, people, what I have learned, even with being on YouTube with this business, is you got a lot of people that want you to go and fish for them. They don't want you to teach them how to fish. They want you to go get the fish, cook it, and then put it in their plate so they can eat it. And that's what I have discovered. And it's like, I gave out quite a few gems, and I took some heat for giving out those gems to people, but and I don't regret it. But what I have discovered is that, you gotta, be selective when you do that kind of stuff. You gotta be, because it's like, people come around you just for that, just to get those gems. And once they got enough gems from you, they don't need you anymore. They move on.
That it's basically I had to move spots because I got every kid in the house playing freaking Xbox right now. So I had to plug directly into the freaking Wi-Fi box. But what I've learned too is, for every one of them that'll come around and use you and get the information, there's another one of them that'll work in good karma towards you down the road. It might not be immediately, it might not be in a year or 2 years, but I've got a lot of guys in the storage unit side of the game that can't handle a large volume, but they're at an auction or something, and there's a big unit that comes up, and everybody, let's face it, a storage auction, everybody's looking for 10 boxes they can throw in the back of their car. No one's looking for the big monster unit that's stacked to the ceiling, that's front to back, that the same owner's got 10 by 30s. I mean, I'm probably the only guy that looks for that kind of stuff. But I've got guys that have been in auction, that I haven't been at the auction, but they bought a unit and they've called me up and said, Rich, man, I just bought, this unit and it is so big. And these are guys that I helped with some information earlier in their careers and that kind of stuff.
Right.
And they said, hey, man, I bought this unit I'll give you an example. 2 years ago, I had a guy call me up. He bought a small engines parts shop out. He paid $25 for a 10 by 40 full of small engine parts, brand new parts. He paid $25 for that whole unit. It was him and 3 other guys in the unit. His opening bid won the unit. He called me, said, look, I have no idea how to sell this stuff. I know you've always told me if there was a big deal that I can do cheap, you would come buy it from me. What do you think? I come up there and met him. I gave the guy $4,000. I had no question. I said, $4,000 enough? He goes, well, I only paid $25. I said, well, I'm comfortable with paying you this kind of money for it because I know what I'm going to do on it. Take care of them, they'll take care of you. But you got a lot of people that'll use you too. I mean, I got people that'll bid against me, not because they know what they're doing, just because I'm bidding, so it must be good. So you got to figure them out and cost them more money. I mean, so if you can figure out them and to help them spend their money, then by all means, it's fair game.
Right.
So, it's all fair game. So I got guys that'll bid in person on live auctions just because I'm bidding because they think I know something. Well, you know what? You might get screwed just like me if you buy it. But if I know you're bidding just to bid against me, just to mess around, in the long run, the little tiny units that I wouldn't even bid against, when I see you, over the long period of time, it's probably going to cost you thousands of dollars more in a year's time because you want to be a douchebag about it. So that's figuring out, who you can work with and who you can't work with. I mean, there's a lot of people you can work with, but there's a lot of people that you can't work with. And in the storage,
it's no every and all and nothing, man. I mean, it ain't everybody's not a crook. All people don't steal. I mean, so I'm not saying every and all. I'm saying there are a few, and that's why you have to be selective, man. I'm learning that in this resale business is that you have to be selective. And what I do like is, since I've been in this community, I'm starting to meet good people. I'm starting to meet people that, they don't mind sharing, and when I get around people that don't mind sharing, I don't mind sharing.
Correct.
And I think that's a good thing, to make us all grow, but I have been around some people that they was all about what they can get. And once they got all they can get, they was gone.
Yeah, a lot of them guys, though, I mean, from my experience,
that's a hidden Buffalo.
Especially in the storage unit side, I see people come and go all the time. I mean, they, especially like say when the storage wars come out, I'd have couples show up and they'd be like, oh, well, we're the new Jared and Brandy. All right, Jared and Brandy, let's see how deep your pockets are. And then Jared and Brandy is chapter 11 bankruptcy, freaking 4 months later, you never see them again. So people come and go. And the big thing is with new people, and I'll say this, with new storage auction buyers, the worst thing that can happen to someone that's in the game for a long period of time is them get lucky and hit a major lick. Let's face it, every day somebody buys a unit that they can make $10,000, $15,000, $20,000. In the US, I wouldn't say every day, but at least half the days in a month, there is units like that are out there. You don't hear about a lot of them. They're out there. I mean, I don't know if I can give a shout out to another YouTube guy that does auctions.
Yeah.
But Storage Auction Pirate, the guy's in California. I've been doing it longer than him, and I've been watching his videos since day one. The dude is, because he's in California, the odds are up out there compared to like my state, Maryland. We only got so many units. California's got 59 million people. So, of course, their inventory, their chances, that kind of stuff. But Storage Auction Pirate, that dude is, I wish he'd get more on the online sales side because he can really take his company to the next level, but he's not there. He's buying so much bulk.
He was at the auction last night. He gave me a shout out.
Oh, did he? Yeah, I talked to him. So he just bought a train unit, I think, for he's got videos out now. I think for he originally paid like $25,000 for it. 10 by 30. He had bought 3 units previous to that before the whole coronavirus thing hit by the same owner, and this was the 4th unit that's been put on hold for a couple months. We paid $25,000, had a partner in it. He opened the door. His partner said, "Hey, give me $10,000 plus what I spent, and I'll cut myself out of the deal after I partnered up." So he wound up paying like $35,000 for it. But right. that dude has hit some phenomenal storage units, and I've told him on the phone, and I like the guy. I've told him, talking to him on the phone, I said, "Look, if I ever move to California, me and you are going to butt heads all the time. We're going to butt heads all the time." I said, "I don't want to move to California, so don't think I'm heading out there. But if we ever do, I mean, we're going to butt heads like crazy." But that dude, I think a lot of that dude, I mean, he's got a great work ethic. His sales, the way he sells stuff, he blows stuff out real fast. And I wish he'd just slow down to actually see the potential that he is giving up, or maybe hire some help. Maybe, he's comfortable doing what he does. I'm not going to knock the guy how he does his business. He's making things happen. He's got lucky. He's got unlucky. But that dude is good. He's been taken advantage of too in the YouTube community. I mean, there's another YouTuber, that worked out a deal, was going to sell some of his stuff, and from my understanding, it didn't work out. Right. He got taken advantage of. So that goes back to there's people that'll use you, but you got to be careful. But the new people that are into it, that are just spending whatever money because they have to have. They're going to the first auction and they have to have something. They can't come home or they'll think that it was a failure. That is not a good rule to follow. The best rule to follow is sometimes you win. A lot more times you win with coming home with the money in your pocket than spending the money to come home with something that you just had to have because you had to have something to say you bought something. Right. I've been guilty of it. I've gone for 3 weeks and I'm like, man, I ain't bought nothing. I got to buy something. And then I'll see something and I'll look at something. I'll be like, and I'll see stuff that's not even there. I'll be like, man, this old Walmart bag is probably full of $1,000 bills. I'm going to buy this unit, and then when I get it back, I'm like, man, I knew exactly what this unit was to begin with, but because of my mind, I had to have something mentality. Now look at me, I've got a bunch of old lady junk. I mean, so it works both ways.
Right. Hey, I want to give a shout out to Don and May, Swamp Picker. Thank y'all for coming to the show. Hey, if you out there in the audience, make sure you like and subscribe. Oscar page. Oscar, say your name, man, before I mess it up.
Oscar El Cubanazo.
It's right here. It's right here in the description. Make sure you go and like and subscribe his page. We're trying to get him to 1,000 subscribers.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
So we're gonna. I think we had some people ask some questions for you. Devil Dog, but we're gonna go ahead and move to the last portion of this show, and I appreciate you guys for coming on, adding value to my show. You all are definitely always welcome back. All you got to do, if you want to be on the show, just send me a message and I'll get you in here. So we're gonna move on to the last portion of the show, which is the show and tell. This part of the show, you just show items that you are selling in your eBay store, or items that may be listed in the future in your eBay store, or items you just want to show you source. So anybody can lead with that if you want.
How do we do this? Share screen?
Yeah, I'm just going to blow you up.
Oh, Oscar going first?
You going to go first, Oscar?
Sure.
All right.
Put on my eBay store.
Take that down.
All right. All right. All right. This is my eBay store. I saw a lot of video games. I buy them in lots, typically. So this is what I focus on my eBay store. Lots of Xbox 360 games, some collectibles like WWF, wrestling, some toys, the majority of the things that I have. But if we're going to talk about what I think has been the hot selling items lately, it's going to be this. And this is a bolo. Can't keep these in stock. You can typically go to any Walmart and find these, and probably you'll sell them as soon as they get listed.
What's that? Weights? What is that?
Weights.
Oh, okay.
Gyms have been closed across the country.
Oh yeah. That's good.
People are at home lifting weights, setting up their own home gyms since they haven't been able to go to the gym. So this has been one of the hottest selling items for me. So that's my show and tell. To ship this, you're gonna have one or two options. Box USPS flat rate. That'll cost you about $12-13. Shipping weights, you can also, if you can fit it inside of a medium box, a medium flat rate, that's going to be your best bet. Another way to ship it is if you have account with deep discounts with maybe a FedEx or UPS. That's probably, but I've been selling these and shipping them out using flat rate.
Oh, okay. Who's up next?
That's nice stuff.
The Ray Dunn show. Let them go.
No,
Let Ray
man.
Dunn go.
No, we ain't gonna Ray
I'll
Dunn
go
it.
get my lemonade picture that I have to send out.
Go ahead and get it. Listen, Buffalo, we was talking today, and I told you I was waiting on something.
Right.
And we got a bunch of stuff for free. Okay.
We don't know what it's gonna go for.
Don't know what it's going. We didn't look this stuff up.
That's
It's an old. Blow me up, Buffalo. Give me some love.
Was this from Facebook Marketplace?
No, I didn't get that. This is something else I had up my sleeve and waiting on me. A friend brought this stuff to me. Okay.
What is it?
Mikasa. It's a shell. It's crystal. It's a clock.
Right.
Okay. You heard that.
Yeah, I can barely see the thing.
Ray Dunn lemonade.
Wait a minute, that light's too much on it.
Got out my house.
The hell's
Fix
bells.
your light, baby. All right, there you go. There you go. Ray Dunn lemonade pitcher.
Can't see that very well.
Pour it up. Give me the other little piece I got over there.
We got a whole bunch of stuff in a box. Like this is an egg. It's a porcelain egg. It's
24 karat gold.
24 karat gold trim. Avon 1974. You were 3.
Yep.
I was not.
Nope.
So that's that. I don't know what it's going to go for. I did look it up a little on some pages where anywhere from honestly $9. Somebody was trying to sell it for $90. I have no clue. Little teacup and saucer. Can you guys see that?
Yep.
I don't know what they're going to go
Everybody say they like free stuff, man.
Free stuff is G stuff sometimes. But
we've got a few of those teacups and saucers. I actually have about 4 more out there. I don't know what they're going to go for. Somebody likes to play Tea Party or something.
yeah. So
What's that brand?
Well, this one was Avon. This was vintage Avon. And there was a bunch of vintage Avon in there. And I mean, it's perfect condition. There's no chips, no cracks, no nothing. It's great.
I think the pattern on that teacup and saucer is Old Country Rose. Check that one with the rose on it.
This
looks
one?
like it looks like Old Country Roads. What's the
That
bottom
I
of
mean,
it?
handling and gonna break in a minute.
Yeah. What's the bottom of it marked on it?
Japan.
No, okay. So that's like a knockoff pattern of Old Country Roads. Old Country Roads is it's a pretty desirable pattern. I wouldn't say it's a lot of money, but there's
I do have some out there that have film.
Like I said, you
things on
could pull us back up, Buffalo. Like we said, man, that was for free. The cards I thought I was gonna get on Facebook Marketplace, I was trying to get these vintage Michael Jordan cards. I got slapped in the face, so the guy didn't want to go for what I needed him to go for, so that got canceled on me. But I had a friend came here and cleaned out some houses.
Yeah, there was a big box. I really could.
He brought a big old box in to me. He said this was for Boss Lady, and there was so much stuff in the box I didn't even open it at the time, so I just left it alone. And she came home after we came from doing what we need to do. She came
some
and
lemonade, but oh no,
get it out the house. So that's what our show and tell pertain of a free box of goodies, man. So that's us right there.
If we make $20, pay for
Yeah.
Y'all know what I got.
Yeah, we know barbecue.
it.
What's up, Fat Man Flipper?
Fat Man.
Jennifer, appreciate y'all coming out to the show.
What's up, y'all?
All right, this Barbie right here, I met a lady. She worked for the carpet office at Walmart. I mean, for some reason, she wanted to let me know that she worked at the carpet office at Walmart. And for some reason, we met at the police station, and she thought that there's a possibility that I had some counterfeit $20 bills in front of the police station. But nevertheless, I wasn't going to let all of that stop me from getting what I wanted. So this Barbie right here, this is the Moon Goddess. I don't really want to open the box up, but this is a pretty Barbie. I got the moon and the sun. All right, these Barbies right here, I sold them before, and both Barbies I made about $85 off. I bought them from her for $20 each. And like I said before, if you want to get into the Barbies, anything Barb Mackey, you want to buy it. These are Barb Mackey. And basically, pretty much all I bought from her, except for the Coca-Cola Barbie. This is a Barb Mackey as well. This is probably about a $90, $85, $90 doll, depending on the condition. Then we have the Ruby Radiant Barbie. I have seen this Barbie sell. I only had one of these in my possession, so this is the second one. I've seen these Barbies sell for anywhere from $100 to $125. So I got 6 Barbies from her, and I paid $20.80. I paid $110. And these are the Coca-Cola versions that I got from her as well. Now, these Barbies look very nice. They haven't been touched. She did take good care of her Barbies. But I have had both of these before. I can't remember what I sold them for. But basically, I bought each for $10. She didn't want to do it, but hey, money talk. And last but not least, I went to Ross today, and I'm just going to show 2 of the probably 30 items that I picked up. I picked up these Adidas football cleats. Baseball cleats. And like I said, this probably item that people left on the shelf because they were like, hey, probably ain't going to be no baseball, this and that, whatever, no softball, whatever. For me, I'm thinking can y'all see that?
$349.
There's no way I'm gonna leave these on the shelf. Right?
Right.
The other pair I got is On the Armour. Can y'all see that?
$2.99.
No way I'm gonna leave those on the shelf. And I probably got about 6 pair of different. I think I got Adidas, Nike, and Under Armour.
They're football cleats.
They're baseball.
Let me see the bottom. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I got you.
Hey, you got some nice stuff for them couple dollars, Buffalo.
Yeah, man. It wasn't no way I'm gonna leave those on the shelf. And those are I got 9, 10s, and 11s.
Nice.
No half size. Maybe I think I got 112 in Adidas. But yeah, I mean, you go to those places, they pretty much trying to clean the store out so that they can restock the store. So I just got started. So when I do my next video, I'm definitely going to show everything in my next video, which will probably be about Monday. And it's going to show all the places that I sourced between Friday and Sunday. I'm going to put it in a video. But yeah, that's all I have. You have anything, Devil Dog?
I mean, I can show a liquidation load that's coming in. I don't know if everybody wants to look at that or not. It's pretty boring.
Hey man, we trying to get there, man. We ain't got the big pallets yet, but we trying to get. Well, I do have 2 pallets out in the garage of 2 things that I picked up, but we definitely don't have the truckload.
Here, flip it around. I'll show everybody what a liquidation load looks like.
Okay.
That way everybody can get an idea. So can you guys see that?
Yeah.
So that's let me see here. Let me fix this camera. I'm not very bright with this stuff. All right, so how about that? That's what new liquidation looks like. And it's a hodgepodge.
All those boxes look clean, man.
Yeah, that's how a new liquidation looks like. I mean, that is a clean. Target is usually your cleaner loads. All your major chains, Target. Let me show you what an Amazon. Let me find it real quick. So this is what Amazon overstock small items look like when you buy pallets. Can you see that? They're 5.5 foot, 6 foot tall pallets, and there's probably 800 to 1,000 pieces on a pallet, and it's a hodgepodge of all kinds of stuff. I mean, it is a hodgepodge.
That's a lot of stuff.
Yeah, it's a lot of small. So most of that kind of stuff is smaller stuff. But like I said, you've got not all of it's going to be online, but it's all small stuff that could be shipped online. But you got to have an outlet. So that's what. Let me see if I can get a breakdown of a box, the top of a box. So here's a breakdown of like a top of a box, and that box is 6 foot tall at least. They're called Gaylords, so they're 6 foot tall. So you can usually pick up like an Amazon Gaylord by the pallet. If you can get to a pallet place directly and pick it up yourself and save on shipping, you can usually get from a good broker. Now some brokers will sell the pallets up to like $1,100-1,200, but if you can find the right broker, you can usually get a 6 foot tall Amazon pallets of small stuff for $600, $800 range. That's no shipping, and a lot of them will ship to you. So if you want to pay for the shipping, they'll ship to you. But it's a lot of pieces, and I tell you what, a lot of I don't know if everybody's heard of bin stores, but they're real big down south and out west. Basically, bin stores they get a lot of this Amazon stuff, a lot of this small product, and they'll fill these bins up, and they'll do like a 3-day sale. First day, everything's $5. Second day, everything's $3. The last day's everything's $1. And by the time they get down to the last day, I mean, you got 30,000 pieces coming on truckload. If you can sell 25% of that at $5 on the first day, I mean, you can make some money, but you got to have numbers that come into your store to be able to sell that kind of quantity. But that gives you an idea what some liquidation loads looks like. Now, return loads look totally different. Target considers everything salvage, whether it's overstock or not. It's always going to have a salvage sticker on the outside of a box, a big green salvage sticker. It doesn't mean it's salvage. It's how Target labels everything. Everything Target is salvage. Lowe's actually writes their returns off. So when they sell like Lowe's loads, all that stuff written off by Lowe's. So actually brokers are getting them loads cheap. But Lowe's is not known for a lot of big hits. I'll put it that way. You're going to get a lot of sinks. You're going to get a lot of toilets. You're going to get a lot of tops to toilets. You're going to get vanities. You're going to get countertops. You know, I'm not a big fan of them. I'm on a waiting list for a complete tool load, but I'm like 30. I think I was 27 this week, so I think I might be down to 24 now. I'm on a waiting list because getting a full tractor trailer load of tools is tough. And when I say tools, I'm talking like Milwaukee, DeWalt, that kind of stuff, and that's big money loads. But you got to get on these waiting lists for them, unless you know somebody. You know, I don't know anybody, so I'm just on a waiting list. But eventually, I'll get that load.
Good luck.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, do y'all have anything y'all want to plug before we end the show?
Tomorrow, Bad Boys of Reseller, 9 p.m. on My Flippin' Life's channel. Me, Fat Man the Flipper, who's in the chat, and Jordan, My Flippin' Life. We have our show 9 p.m. on My Flippin' Life's channel.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Y'all City Pickers, we gonna be on the road, man. That's all I'm gonna say.
Y'all gonna do a show next Tuesday or no?
No. I think I'm having a procedure being done, so we're gonna play that by ear. So I don't think next Tuesday will be the Tuesday after next. So be looking out for us. And that's about it.
Devil Dog.
We're gonna do a so we got a channel too. You know, we don't predominantly do videos regularly because my video editor Hayden, aka if you're watching Hayden, you need to get your butt back to work. Has been in a bubble. His parents got him in a bubble, and he handles all that because I don't have time to do it all. But Hayden should be back to work this week for a few days. We're gonna bring them liquidation loads in. We're gonna do a video. He's going down to Ocean City, which is like a resort down by us, to party for a week. So he's gonna work for a few days. We'll get some of the video done, and then when he gets back from that after a week, we're gonna finally get another video up after a couple months. And that's just because he's been in a bubble. Parents have him on lockdown.
Right.
You know, he's. I don't know if you've ever seen the movie Bubble Boy, but that little guy that's in a bubble, that's been Hayden for the last 3 months. You know, I had to drop something off in his mailbox the other day. He couldn't even come out and do a handoff with me. I had to stick it in his mailbox and then like take off real fast. But Hayden will be back this week for a few days. He's gonna get some video done. And if you want to know about liquidation, subscribe to our channel. You're gonna see these loads coming in this week. We'll get a video out within the next 2 weeks, hopefully, at the worst case scenario, when Hayden gets done partying down to Ocean City and everything. But it'll give you a perspective on the sheer volume and some of the stuff we're going to do. And then hopefully storage units will kick back in, you know, next month. I think it's going to be July before they kick back in. And then we'll get back and we'll show you all the cool stuff we find. We've got a lot of cool videos and stuff we found at this point already on there. So if you haven't checked them videos out, check them out. We try to show you the unique stuff.
Right. So this is the end of the show for the night, and I want to thank my special guests, Oscar and Richard, for coming to my show, and I want to thank everyone in the chat room for spending time with us tonight. Hopefully, we provided you all some information that you can use. And with that being said, still a nation.
Redskins Nation.
Watch your mouth. Watch your mouth. About the Dolphins.